Hello, and welcome to the DragonCon 2021 Alternative and Historical Fiction Tea Party, welcoming you to DragonCon and everything in the world that we have got going on this year in the alternative and historical fiction fan track. We are excited for this year. We're still a little hybrid, but we are slowly creeping back into buildings. And we want to make sure that you out there know everything that's going on, or at least, a lot of the high points there. I have with me a lot of people here. I've got Alex and Terry and Liz Wang Carpenter, who is our track coordinator person, and Brett Gordon. And all of these people have things to tell you about what's going on for DragonCon weekend. So, Liz?
Hi, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. So I don't know if you guys know how much stuff the alternate and historical fiction track does. We have programming that goes across a whole slew of different areas. But one of the things I want to start off by talking about is that we are going to be joined by an amazing group of authors. We're super excited. And with them, we're going to talk about building an alternate history world, how the pandemic has affected their books. They're even going to sit down with us, and we are going to have some fun talking about their research methods and in particular, what kind of crazy gossip they found while they were looking up their books. So we are super excited for all that stuff.
Wow. This is a tea party, by the way. Since I'm sitting here in the South, I am drinking, my camera goes away, sweet tea. I'm drinking sweet tea.
The best.
Salute.
Tea. Let's go.
Good tea with good company. Hey, Brett. What do you want to talk about?
Got a few things here on the plate. So helping out with the fan track this year, we've got a few fun tracks coming up for you. We have Mad Libs. Now everybody knows what Mad Libs is, right? But we're going to do it only the way we can. So expect some pretty interesting DragonCon Mad Libs to come out of this.
The best part is we convinced a whole slew of super friendly writers that we were going to borrow their books for our Mad Lib adventures. So make sure that you show up and be prepared to participate, because we'll need some nouns, some verbs, and some adjectives.
We'll remind you of what those are, by the way.
It's alternative history meets Schoolhouse Rock, but in a fun way. Anything else you want to talk about right now, Brett?
Yeah, we're also doing a new event this year called Temporal Jeopardy. I'm hoping that everyone's going to like this event. Going out on a little bit of a limb here, but if you like Jeopardy, I think you'll like this. We have some fun surprises in store for all of you.
Okay. And you didn't even have to phrase that in the form of a question. So.
Oh no, I didn't. I should have, but I didn't.
What would be a lot of fun to go to this weekend? Temporal Jeopardy for 1,000. All right, very cool. This almost becomes like a drinking game, right? We finished the topic.
I do think that Alan just put in his bid to become the next Jeopardy host. I heard they're looking again.
Uh-oh.
Again.
This is how you can tell I'm going to be running the Scandalous panel where we talk about gossip, because they're the two.
I'm finding out stuff right now. Okay, Mac.
Yes.
Mac is our disembodied voice hovering in from above. Talk to us, Mac. What can you tell us about DragonCon weekend?
All right, so I got a couple, few but amazing events happening this weekend. So we have our Never Was Jukebox Jamboree. It's going to be a little bit different of a party than we typically have. But it's going to be fantastic because the guests are going to be more interactive with the music choices than you usually are. We will be taking requests throughout the evening through a live social media input that we are still working out the little tidbits on, but will be posted later, so that you guys get to be the DJ, sort of, with DJ Q.
DJ Q? DJ Q's coming back? Yay!
Yeah. In a manner of sorts.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right.
Less mixers, more happy, friendly, family style party DJ.
Good deal. Mac, I understand you're still looking for your corporeal body. So if you need to scoot along into the ether, or if you want to share more.
I do have one more event. So
please,
what
please.
everybody's looking for information on is our Mystery Manor event. So it is going to be an escape room that will be live and interactive. You will have to sign up for specific times. The times will be roughly about 15 to 20 minutes apart. It is a short adventure, but it will be fun. And we are doing it in partnership with Dragon Con Charity. So your donations will be highly appreciated for our charitable efforts.
Escape room charity. I like that. This is the first time hearing about this. So that is very, very cool. I want to remind everybody that there is my disappearing camera. There is an app. There is the Dragon Con app. Go use the Dragon Con app. The Dragon Con app is your friend. Anything we mention here tonight will be someplace on the app. Now, it's not an escape room, but it might be a puzzle. Go find it on the app. Mac, you good?
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And stay safe out there hunting for your body.
I will.
Okay, good night. Alex, you have some songy type stuff, don't you?
I've got some song type stuff. I've got plenty of other stuff too. Let's go ahead and start with that then. We're hosting a Geeky Sea Shanties event. It's going to be at the Hyatt on Friday at Thursday.
Thursday?
It will be on Thursday because you know what we did? We convinced our friends at the Filk Track by hook or by crook, possibly by bribery, to, you know what? Take control of all of our singing and chanting needs because we realized sea shanties, although they looked cool on TikTok, were actually kind of hard.
Sure. Well, while we're talking about nautically themed things, we're also putting on 2 pirate panels this year. 2.5. We'll talk about that half in a second. One of the panels that we're putting together is a, let's call it somewhat historical reenactment. People like to talk about, pirates. They drink rum, they murder, they steal from other ships, they pillage. But there was a lot of downtime they had, so they had to keep themselves entertained. And one of the things they used to do was put each other on trial. They would stage just big, fake, elaborate hoax trials and say, Peg Leg Steve over here is accused of kidnapping the Queen of France and sentence them to walk the plank or whatever. It was improv acting on the seas because they didn't have anything to do to entertain themselves. And you don't want a bunch of bored pirates crammed on a boat. That's how you get trouble. Oh, more trouble than a pirates usually were.
And you think gig economy's tough these days. Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
Second pirate panel that we're putting on is it's going to be called Ahoy Mateys. This is less of an improv show, more of a discussion about pirates and pop culture. We have a selection of panelists that are going to talk about Peter Pan, Black Sails, Pirates of the Caribbean, things of that nature. Just their influence on modern pop culture, how much of it is accurate, how much of it is just for stage. It's going to be a great time. And speaking of Black Sails, and that other half panel I was talking about, we have a special guest this year, Zach McGowan. Captain Vance from Black Sails is going to put on a QA event for us at 11:30 a.m. in the Grand Ballroom in the Sheraton. So be sure you show up for that one.
Which day is that?
That's going to be 11:30 a.m. on Friday morning.
Friday morning. Okay, cool.
So we're excited though because it'll be right before everyone's too drunk to do anything fun in the morning. So
right before.
We'll still be recovering from Thursday night. So
speaking of too drunk to do anything, we got a couple cocktail panels going on as well.
You have my attention.
Room A601 at 10 p.m. in the Marriott, we're doing a Prohibition cocktail panel. we have some professional bartenders and liquor connoisseurs who will be speaking to us about period cocktails, not necessarily from America in Prohibition, because the effects of Prohibition rippled out throughout the entire world. That panel is going to be mostly focused on the history of the drinks, how they came about, things of that nature. We do have a second panel that is going to be dedicated more to the history of moonshining, bootlegging, the illegality, the criminal aspect of things. That panel is going to be held at 5:30 in the Alt History track room in the Sheridan.
Because it's the one thing that we figured out, right? Was that of all the things America's going to give up, they were not going to actually give up their alcohol.
We are not going to give up our position.
I think we've seen some of that in modern times too, quite honestly. But history and cocktails have a very firm relationship because someone needs to tell the people who were drinking what happened last night.
Exactly. And
So-
go ahead.
Okay.
I was just gonna say the last couple of things I wanted to talk about is Jason Merrill is putting on a couple panels for us. A drinking panel, non-alcoholic though. He's going to be talking with us about the history of the soda fountain and the soda jerk from the early 1930s to 1940s. I'm not sure the exact dates. That's why he's going to be talking to you about it, and not me.
Okay. Just to jump in, those of you out there who are more into the diesel punk, atomic punk stuff, soda jerk, fountain culture is right in there. Is exactly starts in that time frame. So pin that one down on your schedule, please.
That panel is going to be happening at 1 p.m. In the Sheridan Augusta room, and he's going to be putting on a second panel immediately afterwards, dedicated to period gentlemen's accessories. We see a lot of women's fashion from the time. They have, the flapper dresses, the fascinators, things of that nature. There isn't so much a lot of focus that you see on men's accessories, cufflinks, tie clasps, watch chains, things of that nature. So Jason's going to be talking with us about that as well. He's, quite the expert in that. Well, I'm going to stop talking your ear off. That's all I had. All of it, there was a lot. So, Alan, take us away.
Hey, yeah, the whole thing about men's accessories, it is unfathomably hard for guys to find good cosplay because the cosplay market, I'm sorry, is completely geared towards the women because y'all are beautiful and you need beautiful things to wear. And I get that, but the men need some love too from the industry. So, come on. So yeah, I'm probably going to show up at that one to get some ideas about what more I can be wearing because God knows I need more wardrobe. Okay.
That brings us to a great other panel you should come to. One of the things that we know from almost every Dragon Con since it started was that although we love to rock our cosplay and it looks great and it's so much fun, we aren't great about dressing for the real life weather that we actually are living in, 120, but yet somehow still soup. So we're going to we've asked some of the costuming track to come over and join us, and we're going to talk about how you can have your cosplay, especially since our track, we rock the vintage, how you can have that look without melting to death, the minute you step outside of the track room. And after we're done with that, check your schedule. We're doing an extra long panel. We got 2.5 hours with Tallulah Love, and she's going to teach us how to do pinup makeup. And don't think that's just for the girls. Tallulah is amazing. Guys can come. If you don't know how to do eyeliner, she'll get you fixed. But if you don't know how to do concealer, anyone can conceal, y'all. It's open opportunity. She's going to be teaching us all that. So if you have your own makeup, bring it with you. Check the schedule. Be prepared to be there for a little longer. And she will show you how to do your look on your face. How
Liz,
cool is that?
Liz, I know you love me, but are you trying to tell me something with all this concealer and eyeliner stuff? I mean,
I'm not
you can be
gonna
honest
talk-
with me.
For those
No
of you
one
who
looks
joined
bad
us,
in eyeliner. That's just a fact.
and I just have to say, Professor, I remember you in 2018 when you rocked the literally like contest winning beard. So I know what your A game looks like.
The rainbow beard might make a comeback this year. I am not sure yet. I might have to find some alternative color schemes, but something will be out there.
I'm just going to say purple is a lovely choice. If you haven't seen my big purple void.
I'm noticing your big purple void, but do you know what else I am noticing? I am noticing the fascinator on Terry's head, and that reminds me that she is fascinating and probably has some stuff to tell us.
Yeah, we have for the people that aren't comfortable coming in person this year, or just if you're sitting in your room and not willing to brave the crowds, we have a lot of good virtual content coming up for everybody this year. We've got a Bridgerton panel and Mistakes That Changed History, both on DragonCon TV. So that'll be available either with the streaming membership or airing on the, I believe it's streaming channel 2. We also have Victorian Death Customs, which is a fan favorite that we always love. Will be coming back virtually and posted on our YouTube. We're also very excited about our American Girl panel, celebrating 35 years of American Girl, and the first historical fiction that a lot of us were introduced to will also be on our YouTube. We've got some really great guests for that. We've got one of the editors for the characters. She helps design and plan out all of the historical characters, as well as the author of the latest books, which is sadly a girl set in the 80s. So if that makes you feel old, I'm right there with you.
It blows my mind when I see like the new American. I mean, she's all like, she's all the 80s things. And I was like, oh no, I thought we all agreed we weren't going to do this again. Like we were going to go back to like the 70s, but never the 80s.
Yeah. Someone broke the peace treaty.
Sorry. We're getting up there, apparently.
We're all vintage now. We can hang out with ourselves at the American Girl Doll Cafe.
You can. Yeah.
So
I never expected to be retro in my own life.
Right,
Well, yeah.
Here we are.
All right. So going around, Terry, you got anything else?
We've got a few other things. You can find them on our website or any of our social media. We've got an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook group. Find us there and find us on the app. We've got the entire schedule up on the official website and links to that everywhere. And especially if you're eager to help out or learn more about anything that we're doing this year, we have lots of good information there. Check us out, and we are more than happy to answer any questions. Just send us a message.
I want to say that I really felt that moment when you were talking about if you're in your room and you don't want to come out, because I think we all have that, a 6 to 10 hour stretch where we just need to be in the hotel room. The door needs to be shut. The TV can be running. DC TV is a marvelous thing. Just let me be for a little bit.
Is that the best part of the con? Is it, I can't tell. Is it the running around and seeing all the things, or is it the 5 seconds of chill? Yeah. Like Zen has been achieved.
Yeah. There have definitely been years where I see vastly more panels on DragonCon TV, even though I am at the con itself.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know that William Shatner was climbing a mountain. I never would have known.
He's climbing a mountain.
He's climbing.
Why is he climbing the mountain?
Well, y'all, before we go, Professor, I feel like you got off the hook.
Uh-oh.
I feel like you have something that you're doing Sunday morning.
I do have something I'm doing. I am once again judging for the Splendid Teapot Racing. And that is a really fun thing. If you have never seen this, please come down and see this. This year we are drinking. Right.
Cheers to all of our racers this year, because we're super excited to hang out with y'all again.
We are in the Sheraton Ballroom this year. And in all the years we have done this previously, we started in a small room and we were literally breaking fire codes with people trying to get in this. So they moved us to a moderately larger room the next year, and we were still breaking fire codes with everyone trying to get in this. So it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and now we have a ballroom. Oh my God, a ballroom.
There's no one scarier when the fire marshal knows your name. You're like, I am sorry. And they're like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, these tiny cars with teapots on them are racing around an obstacle course. And we invite children and parents and anyone who wants to shout and scream and yell in here to shout and scream at a tiny teapot.
Yeah, so it's a little RC racer with some form of teapot, tea-related theme upon it. And there is an obstacle course that they get maneuvered through. Are we still taking applications for pilots? We
actually are. And if you look at the bottom, you're going to see the link that you can hop and join. I will say that we do need to close these. We need to close our application before the con. So on...
do that quick.
Yeah, so September 1st is probably the last day. But we give great prizes. And what I heard through the grapevine, because I spill tea, this is how I roll, is that you can actually bribe the judges. So if you're not sure if you're good with your RC car, or maybe your tea theme was a little too like Barbie and not enough like amazing, though, to be honest, I think our fan favorite was definitely the teapot that featured Captain Picard telling us that he wanted Earl Grey hot.
Yes.
It's just like,
yes, that was amazing. That was amazing. Okay. Now, nobody tell Liz, but the only reason I do this is because the bribes. All right. Any game that starts with a rule that says the judges must, let me underline that for you, must be bribed. I'm in, and I'm a judge. So,
but
I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Don't give the judges money because then their expectations are way too high.
No, yeah.
And don't give the judges your children.
Not gift card. No. That is not a bribe. That's a threat.
We will give them chocolate and caffeine and give them back.
Right back. Lots of chocolate, lots of caffeine, and here you go. Hopefully you can all make it to the bathroom in time.
But these are
that's Sunday at 10, and we've got a lot more going on, right?
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but we added historical fiction to our name, not just because we're saucy and we really like to have the longest name at the track, though I feel like we might be the longest thing at the con. Just saying our name is like half a panel. But we have all of these really fantastic history panels that are set up. One of the things that I am super excited about is we have 3 of our women-centric stories. We call them historically. And there's going to be one that is going to be focused on women who broke the status quo. We were kind of inspired a bit by the Queen's Gambit and like how we don't know how many like fantastic famous women were out there playing a man's game better than men. Sorry, but we're going to find out at this panel, which we're super
excited might
about.
Say it's in their DNA. Wink, wink, nudge,
nudge. We are also going to do a really fun panel, and this one is kind of for me. Sorry, everyone. I love detective stories and finding out that there were real life lady detectives, like not just the Pinkertons, not just the lady who saved Abraham Lincoln the one time, not every time.
Obviously, yeah.
There's a whole slew of them, and some of them were characters. So we've managed to gather a whole group of panelists, and they are going to talk about their favorite female detectives throughout history. I'm a little sad that Harriet the Spy was not based on a real person. There was no little cantankerous 12-year-old running around solving crimes with her neighbors or solving crimes about her neighbors. She was made up, but they have some really cool ones that make Harriet seem like maybe she was just a little kid pretending to be a super sleuth.
Well, yeah.
And then we're going to, on Sunday, talk about women of color who shaped the world. There are some amazing people out there who have done things that you wouldn't, that are unfortunately under talked about. And for an hour, we are going to get some fantastic historians together to talk about some of the best women who were out there leading the way long before social media, long before any of us really like even knew how much better our world could be. And then this one's kind of a secret, and I'm really sad that we aren't ever able to do it virtually, but we happen to have gathered a few people together some of our favorite super spies, real life spies, to join us to talk about the secret history of spying. So they are going
Are
to
you allowed to
dive
talk about that?
now. I know I had to unplug my Alexa in case it was listening, but this one will be an in-person panel only because in case the stories get a little out of control, we don't want to be in trouble. And then I don't know if we talked about, if you guys joined us for 2020, one of our favorite games was Fact or Fiction. It's the author's version of Two Truths and a Lie, because you just don't know, is it a story or is it the truth? And this time we're going to play it in person with all of you guys. Our judges had a hard time. Some of our authors were a little too believable. So you guys get to figure out if it's fact or fiction.
You mean an author was really good at lying to you?
A few of them.
How is that even possible?
It's
I
like
don't understand.
It's like they had some magical way to make all their stories seem totally believable. We were fooled. I'm not falling for it this time.
Okay, any last bits there, Liz?
I think that you guys should definitely check out our website, which is alternatehistory.dragoncon.org.
Links will be below.
And keep an eye on the app. As you guys know, with everything at the con, stuff moves around, stuff changes. The app will update 400 times before we even get to the con, and then at least 3 more times when you open it.
Yes. And the bulletins every morning of the con as things continue to evolve. Very important to know. Hey, if you're coming to this and it's your first time, this track, I've been loving this track in its many evolutions since like 2009. This is a great place to hang out. These are very friendly people to be with. If this is your first time coming, come on, say hello. Stop any one of us and said, hey, I saw you on that video thing. Hi. And we'll say hi back. And then we'll, like social distance. But, right. Let me go around and see the rest of you. Last words. Brett, how about you? You got anything you want to throw into the pot?
I'm just excited to see everybody in person again. It's been a while. It's going to be very fun to just actually have a Dragon Con in person.
Yes. And this is hopefully everything moving in the correct direction.
Yes.
Harry, do you have anything else you want to throw into the pot?
I would just say make sure you check out our social media. Don't feel bad if you feel uncomfortable not like being in person. We've put a lot of time and energy into our virtual panels so that we can cater to everybody that is staying home this year.
That's great point. And if you've been paying attention to your email, if you're planning on going, DragonCon has already released announcements concerning that masks should be worn, and hopefully that will be enforced. And don't be afraid to tell people things like, hey, that goes over your nose, not under your chin. Okay.
You're going to find all of these updates at dragoncon.org/updates. So keep an eye on that. They have the vaccine guidance in there, which is great, or the testing, and some really great information about the mask and everything we're doing to keep attendees safe and us volunteers.
Yes. So please be safe, be comfortable, be healthy. Alex, do you have anything you want to throw into the pot?
I forgot a panel. In addition to the cocktail panels running, we're doing drunk history right after it at 11:30. And I have to put this out there. This is a no swords allowed panel.
That sounds like there's some history to that drunk history.
There's alt history to it.
Well played, sir. Well played. Liz, any final words?
Absolutely not. Besides, as Terry said, check out our social media. We'll be dropping teasers and as much as we can between now and the con. Also, we will make sure that all of our content is going to be going out during Labor Day weekend. So for those virtual panels, we'll put them out. We're not going to do them as one big chunk. We're going to do them in like in real life, staggered at different times.
Right, because we have to place it out there in those areas where it's completely inconvenient for you to choose between two objects, because That is just how life works, folks. And I'm sorry, but
Thank God for
yeah.
YouTube.
Okay. Dragon Con app, download it, update it. If you just have it on your phone for report, it's going to say 2019. There is a spot to hit to upgrade it to 2021. So go figure that out quickly. And this has been wonderful, my friends. I raise a glass to you. And thank you very much. And I will see you at the convention. Please be safe.
See you soon.
Good night. Thank you for the tea.